today, the plan is simple. Copying a lot big here if you don't know what that is. So today, we're gonna review a few apps. I've got 3 listed out here. I've got them pulled up on my emulator here. We're gonna look at these apps, criticize their decisions, and occasionally compliment them. We're gonna be funny, we're gonna be excited. And then, after shooting these apps, another 30 minutes talking about how we can design a really good app. And then we're just gonna write something on my own. And that's pretty much it. I'll write for like an hour working on my own app. And that's basically it. Not even an hour. 1 hour plus later. As long as I feel like it, if I don't get hungry, thirsty, blah 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 blah. Anyway. I just realized that the music may have been too loud, so put that there, and I guess let's let this playlist play in the background. Quiet. Why not? So let's go ahead and jump into our first app, Snapchat. Let's see. All of these apps I got on r/TestMyApps, where people are submitting their first apps. Okay, first off, I really don't like or know why people do this. Like, why is there a browser pop-up in your app? Maybe it's something to do with using Netlify. I guess that forces it, maybe. But I don't know. I don't like this. Makes it look weird. It's cropping out at the bottom because I use my device on the buttons mode. I know I'm weird. No one else does that. But I just like having buttons. Anyway, some pop-up here. Protein powder. Tips are not bad, but this is not the right time for them. Like, let the user do the onboarding. Overall, like, first impression, like, as soon as this page pops up, it just immediately looks really jank. Right, there's the weird emoji here, scan ingredients, take a photo of your ingredients, and let AI detect them automatically. Okay, the premise is clearly presented in the first slide, which I really like. Right, I open this app, and now I instantly know what it is. So I'm gonna hit next. I don't like having a skip button here, because if the user doesn't want this, they can just tap next 3 times pretty quickly anyway. And having skip here kind of just distracts the user from what you're saying and makes them want to skip it. Right? Like, brain-rotted users from years of video gaming will just hit skip. Like, that's what I wanted to do right now too. But just to entertain your app, and assuming that you will fix this right here, I'm gonna hit next and let's see. So next page is generate recipes. Get personalized recipes based on what you have in your kitchen. Great. Simple tip I think I would give is, like, maybe change the background color on these pages so it looks a little bit friendlier. Or just have like an island appear here if you want the background to be white. Have like a green island on which this is. Something like that, basically. And like nutrition, get detailed nutrition info and healthier alternatives for any meal. Okay. See, I do not want to sign up. That sucks. I really wish every app, if at all possible, should always have like a no sign up option. Right? But I understand sometimes it's not possible, so we'll entertain them and sign in here and see what happens. I do hope this stream blows up, but at the same time, I hope that it doesn't blow up enough that people start fucking spamming me on this email and then I can't use it anymore. Okay, so that worked, that's good. But why is the entire app still like in a browser in the app? I thought that would just be the onboarding. Like, is the entire app like this? What the fuck? Okay, clearly this is like a web application that they built primarily for use on a website. And then they repurposed it to work on the phone. Which I guess is a fine start, but if you want to make a serious phone app, this really is not the best way to go. Also, you can see some immediate issues here. Like, on this screen, there's a bunch of stuff on the screen. There's no clear hierarchy. Where the user or any observer, like any person looking at a piece of art or on a piece of screen, or if you do photography, like, part of visual design is that your eyes need to be immediately drawn to what's important. Right? There's so much stuff on the screen here. There's stuff cropping out here. this I can't even read. Like my eyes draw to the top because there's so much stuff. You subconsciously go to the topmost thing, and the topmost thing is upgrade to premium with like some text that I can't read. Which one I almost as a user feel offended at that because I don't even know what the app is now. I haven't even tried it. Don't tell me to upgrade to premium yet. Right? This should happen after you've shown the user the proof of concept. Maybe after the user has taken 1 or 2 photos and they like it. And then for the third one, you maybe paywall it. Right? Something along those lines. And then the top menu here is getting pushed down because of that, which I also don't like. And the top menu itself looks a bit jank. The icons are not clearly visible. Not a single one of these 4 icons have any idea what they're gonna do if I press them. But this one I can probably take a guess is like dark mode. Yeah, figured. The dark mode does look a little bit better, but still has the same issue. We'll continue reviewing the white mode for now. Light mode. It's loading AI-powered recipe generation. I don't know what it's loading. I have no idea. This menu also, like you can see the contrast between the background and the tile is so low. They barely look like tiles. It just looks kind of messy because you can't clearly see. Something simple you can do to help here is maybe throw in some drop shadows. So these look like floating island and there's more visual separation from the background to your tile. Scan ingredients with the camera, tap ingredients manually, import from YouTube, TikTok. Okay. It seems to me that like any app you can type ingredients manually, import from YouTube, TikTok is actually an interesting feature if that works. And scanning ingredients with your camera is your key feature, but also I don't really know what I'm supposed to scan, right? Maybe it'll give me an instructional pop-up when I hit this. And then down here, oh my god, wait. The scrolling is my fault, not the app, by the way. The emulator just have jank scrolling, so I just have to do it very slowly. It just gave me a pop-up, maybe I accidentally clicked something. But yeah, scan ingredients with the camera, scan ingredients, camera, it's like the same thing twice, just cluttering the UI for absolutely no reason. Your ingredients, this should not even be here, like manually typing my ingredients is not... Excuse me. It's too low. What was I saying? And that sneeze shook me to my core. I hope I'm not about to get sick. I did sleep not a lot for the last 2 days. When I say not a lot, I mean like 8 hours. That's not enough for me. But anyway. Ingredients, rice, eggs, chicken. So, I'm someone who I actually am building a weight tracker myself. And the goal of the app is to sort of lose weight. And I'm someone who's dealt with weight loss and is focused on calories and healthy eating and things like that. But being someone like that, I immediately just feel thrown off by this. Like these ingredients feel way too simplified for there to be ingredients. Like chicken can be so much different nutrition and calories based on what part it is, what dish you're eating it in. It just feels wrong. Like this UI just makes me immediately think this app is just not going to actually work at all. Selfie shop profile, dietary preferences, blah blah blah. Oh, also for these reviews, I am gonna we're reviewing the design of the app, right? So we are gonna give them the benefit of the doubt if the actual app doesn't work, right? We will imagine a universe where, okay, let's say they did get the scan ingredients step down, right? The question then is, how do you communicate that to the user? How do you make it intuitive and easy to use, right? There's a smart fridge mode. I'm scared to even check that. No idea how it's gonna integrate your smart fridge. Like again, just a button that makes me think it's not actually gonna work. Instead, if this truly does have smart fridge integration, this should be like a pair your smart fridge pop-up, maybe hidden in settings, not on the homepage. But yeah, overall the homepage is just so incredibly like vague. And so cluttered. Like there is no focus, there's no the person who designed this does not know what they want the user to do on their homepage. You should have a very clear onboarding flow. So just off the bat, I'm going to take a look at a couple other pages here, but I think the homepage is just so bad that I don't think a single person on earth would go past this homepage and actually try to use this app. But I would suggest what you do instead is have like a very simple onboarding flow, which allows the user to play with your features. Right? So you have scan ingredients with the camera. This seems like your key feature. That should be pretty much the only thing in focus in the entire home screen. So if I'm using this app, that's the first thing I click naturally, clearly. And then let's see what happens when I do actually click that. Okay, nothing happens. This is not even a button, I just realized. This is not even a button. This is literally just text. Why is this text here when there's a button here? That, like, I can read this. You don't need separate text instead of the button. Okay, this is the button, I hope. I really hope. Okay, that is the button. Let's say allow while using the site. Let's say allow using camera. Okay. What just happened? I guess that's pretty funny. I think that's the emulator just coming up with something for the camera input, because this is on an emulator, so it doesn't actually have camera access. But let's say we saw this photo. It says it detected ingredients from that, and these don't look like the detected ingredients. I think this is just what I had clicked earlier. I don't know if I'm wrong, but like this image, the behavior should clearly be that you could not find a single edible thing in this image, and just tell the user to take a different photo. But even more than that, taking a step back, let's imagine this works, right? As a user, I have no idea how it's supposed to work. Do I take a photo of like my open fridge? Do I lay out all of my ingredients on the counter and take a photo of that? But then it's going to be missing ingredients. Like, how is it going to come up with a recipe if it doesn't know like what sauces I have, what spices I have, all of the different ingredients that I put in different sections of my fridge? Is this supposed to be a user flow where every time I buy ingredients, I take a photo of them before I load them into the fridge, so that every time you buy ingredients over time, the app knows what you have, but then you're gonna use stuff up, and then the app doesn't know what you've already used up. And ultimately, using an app like this just seems like as much, if not more work than just going to ChatGPT and being like, hey, I have this in the fridge, what can I make? And then being like, oh, I don't actually have that. Or even just figuring it out yourself. So this is the issue. I've seen a lot of apps like these that like, oh, track what's in your fridge, but there's no real good implementation that has come out to date. So I don't really like that a lot. Yeah, I guess we can move on to the next app, the scan grid. Basically, needs work. I didn't even notice there was like a bottom menu until just now. Scared and traumatized by looking at the other pages. This app is just so overwhelming. Like, this app makes me feel like I need a PhD just to learn how to use it. Okay, let's move on. And sorry if I'm being harsh, right? But being harsh, I think, is the only way you can clearly communicate what's wrong. Especially when something is that wrong. I'm not going to be nearly as harsh if you have like a small pixel off, or if you can change a different color. I'm only giving harsh feedback because I think there's been so many incorrect decisions made that the person just needs to take a step back and think about what they want the app to actually do, what the user actually wants to do with the app. Right, let's take a look at the second app now. Money Boy. I like the name, it's kind of memey. I think it's a game of some sort. So, what's the theme? Made with Unity. I like Unity. Money Boy. Money is health. Speaking of Unity, I actually met a Unity UX designer in Portugal randomly, like at a random bar crawl meetup or something. And it was really fun. He really liked my app ideas too, which was great. And I showed him some of my UI work, and he thought I was going to make the next Facebook or something. He was really bullish on my ideas, to say the least. Probably not as much as I am. But Money Boy, okay, money is health. Now, because this is a game, I'm going to be coming at this from a completely different angle, right? You have pop-up ads, that's fine, like every fucking game does. I hate them, but I'm not going to judge you for that, because that's probably the entire reason you're making this game in the first place. Money Boy, money is health, new game, Standard menu, doesn't look good, doesn't look bad. It's a new game. Okay. Again, same thing, this looks very cluttered, but at least it has like a clear vertical hierarchy. Like this to me looks clearly like I read from top to bottom. So my eyes still go clearly and it's easy to read. So not saying it looks nice, but maybe again, because it's a video game and I like complex video games sometimes, I am happy to give it a little bit of due diligence to read through it and see if I can understand it. So $3, turn 1, age 18, cost of living $40 in 8 turns. Do deliveries around the hotel. 46%, risk medium. Outcome 19 to 25. Okay. Minus 19, do this. Okay, I understand. So basically, if you choose this, it's gonna spend $19, and then you have a 46% chance of getting a positive outcome between 25 to 80. Okay. This one, I really like decision making like this, like thinking out probabilities and estimated values and stuff like that. So, drop on the back, dodge traffic, that's just flavor text, I'm gonna ignore that. Freelance teaching for startup. Okay, so basically we have a bunch of different decisions with some freelance text, that's fine, that's good. Oh, I think I actually accidentally tapped something again. You deliver teaching work to a startup that missed the brief slightly. They paid but made clear they wouldn't use you again. Failed, minus $8. I am $8 short of it. Oh my god, there's a mosquito in this room. Plus 1 XP coding, plus 1 XP writing, plus 1 XP art. And maybe I've played too many RPGs, but honestly I'm kinda liking this so far. I'm making a lot of assumptions of how it's gonna do things well, which it just might not at all. But having these 3 XP things makes me think there's a system for tracking XP in different things. Which action you choose now also has the added thing of, you know, maybe one option gives me slightly less expected value, but it will help me accumulate coding experience, which will over time increase my expected value for coding tasks that pop up. So for things you kind of need to play the game a little bit to build intuition on, you know, how frequently coding tasks are popping up, how frequently different kinds of things pop up, how good they are, and sort of start building a strategy around, you know, 1 or 2 main things, like, you know, let's specialize in coding or writing and stuff. And for design like this, again, I think honestly, using this a little bit, the UI already looks fine. You can maybe make this a bit nicer, but this UI looks intentional, to be honest. Like, this UI looks like it wants to go for the look it has. So I'm happy giving them the benefit of the doubt and calling it good. But also keep in mind that most people who play games on their phone don't have the patience to deal with a UI like this. So you could, if you want, you could try to make the UI a little bit friendlier. I'd experiment with it a bit. But if you stick with this, that's fine. So pick up a shift at a convenience store, 52%, Friday, $20. Okay, god damn it. This, okay. Again, this is not an issue with the app at all. It is just my mousepad. I also just realized I do have a wireless mouse, but it needs a USB slot, which I don't have. Okay. Yeah, we'll just have to struggle with the mousepad for now. It would be nice if there was like a scroll button or something at least, or maybe if I could scroll with my arrow keys. Scrolling with the mouse just seems to like tap half the time instead of scroll, which is really annoying. Scrolling with a trackpad on the Mac, I mean. Specifically in the emulator. You accidentally sprayed weed killer on the wrong section as central company. Okay, I've tried 2 things, I failed at 2 things. I got some XP. Let's see, this time I'm not gonna scroll, so because I can't scroll, I basically only have 3 options and I can't read the flavor text for the 3rd one. That's fine. You can rest to skip turn. It doesn't communicate what the point of resting is. Oh, maybe if I had to guess, cost of living is $40 in a turn. So resting would mean essentially just not paying that $40 and rolling for new options. But if that's the case, that looks kind of OP, but I guess it moves time forward. Okay, interesting. We'll have to see how it plays out for that. let's make a few quick decisions and play through the game to see how it progresses. So let's go with a few low risk things just to build up some cash. Nice, low risk. We just made 55 bucks. Okay, let's do another low risk. Nice, plus 3 fitness XP, huge. Okay, the lowest risk is 56%. Let's do that. Excellent. 72%. Let's go. Nice. I also just realized that the music is not from the app, it's from this. And I think if I don't have the music, then the app feels a lot more dead. So I think that would be a huge tip for your game, is definitely have some copyright-free background music playing, so it feels more engaging. I think the music is the only reason I was kind of engaged in this app, and I just realized that's not even part of the app. Cook ramen at home. Nice, plus 3 XP cooking. Looks like we're kind of going towards cooking. Light bulb moment. You suddenly have a brilliant business idea. Ooh, let's pursue it. We have some disposable income. We burned through savings on market research, a logo, a domain name. The idea was garbage. The logo was nice though. We can stare at it while we eat ramen. Dude, this feels so personal. This guy is definitely a dev who's gone through this. That's so funny. I really like that. Minus 1 free door. That sucks. I will say in real life though, those failures give you the most XP. So maybe throw in a little bit of XP to make it less punishing, because trying and failing is always a good thing. Well, not always, but it always has a bright side. Plus 1 XP art, plus 1 XP music, gardening. Let's see. Okay. All of the options were high risk, so I just went rest. Wait, how did my rest not go as planned? I don't think I understood what happened there. 80%, let's do that. Nice. Yeah, the game balance definitely seems a bit weird. I don't understand why I wouldn't always go for the 80%. That just gives me positive AV non-stop, no risk. And I just keep tapping in and it'll just engine build slowly. I guess the reason for not doing that is the cost of living. But it doesn't seem like a thoughtful gamble, if that makes sense. It just seems like, oh, I take a higher risk and then if I get lucky I live, if I don't I die. But maybe it's just more about the longer term strategy of your XP. In which case I would also like to see the XP somewhere on the screen maybe, but if I click skills here. Nice, okay, so we can see the different skills we have. Yeah, definitely make that a bit more readable. And you can take this suggestion with a grain of salt, but because there's so many skills, I feel like tracking levels and XP is a bit, there's like too many numbers here. Maybe you could just have XP and then that correlates to your skill. Or you can just have level with 3 XP to next level or something. I'm not sure. Play around with this UI to see if you can make it more skimmable, basically. Coding, art. So wait, I forgot to actually look at the skills. What do I have? 8 XP, 6 XP. Oh, I didn't even set my stream title. I'm stupid. Wait 1 second, real quick. I'm gonna go to YouTube Studio. YouTube Studio. Content. Live. Edit. This is no longer about how to get your dream job. I also don't like flashing that. Let's just say reviewing noob app designs. I think that's fine. I do want to change this thumbnail. Let's go ahead and OBS is not lagging enough. Wait, no, that's not how I was doing this. Oh, wait. Let's save this. Just give me 10 seconds. I'll be done with this real quick. How do I actually look at the live stream? Show me my live stream. Oh, wait. Let's save this. Just give me 10 seconds. I'll be done with this real quick. How do I actually look at the live stream? Wait, do I need to make Show me my live stream? It seems fine. Oh, wait. Let me know if my audio is too quiet. Just give me 10 seconds. But let's go ahead and what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to do. I'll be done with this. Wait, do I need to make screen for 5 seconds? Alt tab and then quickly take a screenshot to make my thumbnail. Oh, wait. Let me know if my audio is too quiet. Just give me 10 seconds. But let's go ahead and what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to do. I'll be done with this. Wait, do I want to make screen for 5 seconds? Alt tab and then quickly take a screenshot to make my thumbnail. Oh, wait. Let me know if my audio is too quiet. Just give me 10 seconds. But let's go ahead and what did I want to do? Oh yeah, I wanted to do. I'll be done with this. Wait, do I want to make screen for 5 seconds? Alt tab and then quickly take a screenshot to make my thumbnail. Oh, wait. Let me know if my audio is too quiet. Just give me 10 seconds. Let's turn that off so I don't lose my mind. Let's go ahead and change the thumbnail real quick. Let's go with the laughing one. Okay, nice. And then let's go right back, I guess. Do we have any viewers? Any chat? Ooh, 12 views. Doing good. Let's see. 2 live viewers. Wait. That doesn't sound right. Anyway, fuck that. Let's go back. I should pull up chat though, so if people have questions, I don't miss it. How do I pull up chat again? Dude, having some background music on the stream is such a bang, right? It just helps me vibe more. How the fuck do you spell quiet? No, how do I? Line. What did I want to do? Chat, okay. That's fine. I'll just pause that, hit back. Don't forget to hit like if you're watching the stream. And yeah, ask me any questions in chat and I'll answer them live. Let's go ahead. And okay, back to the review. Well, let's finish quickly playing this game. No risk. I'm just gonna keep doing low risk decisions and then see if that kills me or if I survive doing that. The game balance would also make more sense if you got more XP from high risk decisions, because then you have even more reason to take high risk decisions. Especially if you're running ahead, you would be taking more high risk decisions. But look at this, like I'm taking only low risk decisions and I'm still just dying. So definitely have to play with the game balance a bit, but I don't hate the idea. But also I'll give you a word of warning that this is also not a super novel idea. So really what's gonna take it home is just really good game balance, brand identity that makes it very clear, Like from the UI to the logo to the gameplay, you need something that sets you apart from the millions of other games that exist that are sort of like this, right? Anyway, cool. Oh, I also like the ad pop-up. That was funny. So let's go ahead and close that. And let's move on to our third and last app review for today. Pill count. This one's kind of funny. One of my friends, I think from, I forget where he went, but one of my friends that I met in New York is also making an app somewhat like this, where he wants not just an app, but he wants to make a device that does pill tracking and pills. I mean, it's a pretty good idea, but I think he's been struggling on the execution a lot. I've had a few unrelated. Let's not say anything more. So pill count, let's see what this app does. Real-time pill detection and counting. AI-powered accuracy. The first one is almost 100% a lie. It is not real-time. Like, unless you have a camera installed looking at your pills 24/7. Works on all your devices. Regular distant improvements, whatever, blah, blah, blah. This is fine. Subscription required. Requires an active subscription. You can close the screen to exit if you do not want to subscribe. Well, that was a great third review. That is a great way to kill your app, because with no proof of concept, the user doesn't know what the app does, how it does it, how to use it, and you ask them for money. That's just not going to happen. No one's going to subscribe. Unless you have a really compelling Play Store. So I guess we can at least do it the justice of looking at the Play Store. One download. Well, obviously it's a new app, so we can't judge downloads and ratings, but let's see if we can get something from here. Unlock the app for a small subscription, blah, blah, blah. Tips for accurate counting. Okay, so it looks like they're using a simple CV model to do some pill detection. And again, this is my problem with stuff like this, right? So you're saying for me to know how many pills I have, instead of reading at the label on the box, I have a pill box like this. Or like say melatonin. Instead of just reading the label that says 90 tablets, I would throw them all on a table, like a huge fucking pile, and then wait for it to count. Or the alternative is you always want to count like 5 pills, which you can just count visually. And also, even in the screenshot, like, there are not 22 pills on this table right now. It says 8 pills here. Oh, I guess that's history. Okay. I just misunderstood the UI. Whatever. So 8 pills, yeah. But yeah, if it's 8 pills, I can just count them myself. It's easier to do that than pull up an app for it. Again, not trying to be too harsh, but this one literally just looks like a scam, basically. Looks like it has some basic features someone wrote, and then they're just trying to get some money for it because people, when they use the app, realize that it's not actually useful. And that's basically it. Yeah, that's all. Cool. So that was 3 app reviews. Let's go ahead and pause the music for a second. Man, I really was vibing to the music. But let's see. I do want to close all this. Can I pop this chat out? Nice. Okay, excellent. So can I do that? Yes, I can. Excellent. This is the view I want. Because every time I look at my face, I just get self-conscious. I don't like looking at myself when I stream. What's next on our agenda? So we're done with this. And now... Okay, I was definitely insightful, but I can work on being more funny. We'll see that. Be more funny next time. And then... Now... Let's take a step back. Honestly, I feel almost overwhelmed from looking at all of these apps. And I feel like we definitely went longer than 30 minutes. How long were we streaming just now? Oh my god, I still need the live view. I definitely need to figure out my tabs and shit. I just want to see how long it's been since I've been streaming right now. And then I guess every time I do a new thing, I wanna... Oh no, it's been about 35 minutes, so we're pretty much on schedule actually. So yeah, we finished the first one. Let me get some water, take a second to breathe. And let's have a look at the... So, okay. Now, let's pull up Excalibur and figure out how you can actually go about designing a good app, right? Excalibur. I did have premium for Excalibur when I was actually streaming, and then I wasn't, so I canceled premium, but here, let me just use the free one. Like, I'm not writing, everything's being recorded, and I'm not writing anything I need to store, so I can just do this. Let's go ahead, and let's say, I don't like green, maybe red. How to design an actually good app, right? That's the question we're going to answer today. Let's make that large. And then let's move that here. I really do like my little underlines and stuff too. Go ahead and do that. Yeah. Okay. Now, so how do you actually design a good app? Oh, and let me move this a little bit here so my camera doesn't block it. So how do you actually design a good app? From all of the apps we saw today, the clear mistake seems to be just visual clutter, right? Don't have visual clutter. But what does this mean? Right, when I was starting out, this was really hard to understand. So let me see if I can break it down and see what that means. Don't have visual clutter. This really means focus on top 3 elements hierarchy. Right? A person can only focus on one thing at a time. Right? Let me draw a rectangle here to denote an app. So imagine this is your screen. And what was rectangle? Rectangle was 2. Okay. Imagine this is your screen. And there's something here. And there's something here. And there's something here. Immediately, before I even do anything, as soon as you look at this, your view goes to this because there's a clear hierarchy on the screen. Right? But what happens if there's just 3 of these? Like right now, this doesn't look cluttered because you know what to see clearly. And even then, the top and bottom are kind of the same. You'll see as soon as I make the bottom just slightly bigger, now suddenly it looks even less cluttered. There's a clear visual hierarchy. You want the user, as soon as they open this app, to look at this first, then look at this, and then have this for info later if they want. Like 3 things is the most you can get away with. Because now if I try adding like 5 things, this no longer even works. Right? If I have even if I have different sizes for them, right? Suddenly your brain is not processing like all of the things and the different sizes, and there's just too much going on, right? What you can do sometimes is, let's say you do have like 3 things here that you want to see, right? You can simply organize them here. So you can simply, let's say we make them green, And now once again, there's a hierarchy because these three together in our mental structure sort of form one thing. So now there's this thing, and there's this thing. So there's three things, it's a clear hierarchy. This is what your attention is now drawn to. But also it fights with the center of the screen, but that's sort of fine. Like on this screen, I can see this being used well for somewhere where you have some information here, and then these are the decisions you have to make. So this sort of hierarchy makes sense for that. Within the decisions, you have some clear hierarchy within each island. And if you want to make the hierarchy even clearer, you can simply have a island even surrounding this. And something of that sort. Like that's the biggest thing. And then what if your app has a bunch of features, right? What you want to do is basically hide them. Now, depending on how big your scope is, some apps very rarely do need lots of different features. But it's the same idea as running a good restaurant. If you have a really big menu, everything on the menu can't be really good. You're going to need like a specialty chef for every single item. But if your menu only has three things and you focus on making them really good, people will keep coming back for those same three things. Same thing with your app. All you need to succeed is one distinguishing feature, right? One feature that is really, really good that no other app has, that sets you apart, that you can communicate clearly, that's easy to use and solves a real purpose. And then your app design should be built around focusing on that one key feature, right? And then you can still have other features, but then you can have them hidden in like a pop-down menu or a settings or something. And even within them, you can have like multiple level hierarchy, right? For example, if I just have a bunch of arrows, let me show you. I really do need to get a mouse. Using a trackpad for this is so slow. So let's say we have 12 features that we want to show. Imagine all 12 are on the screen like this. You have no idea what to focus on. Instead, if you could break them up like this, where on screen 1 you only have 3 things, and then on screen 2 you have things below the things, right? Basically, you just want to make a simple tree. You have 3 things. Each of those has 3 things under them. Suddenly, this looks not nearly as complex. Right? Think about how much easier this feels mentally to process than this. Like in this, you can't even really count how many arrows there are quickly, but here you can instantly know there's like 12 arrows. 12 arrows. Defeated my point by hesitating there. But yeah, you get my point, right? On your home screen, there should be like 3 things. One of the buttons, if you have more features, can pop up 3 more features. Another can pop up 3 more features. Even within your settings, you can like nest pages and things, such things. So let's go ahead onto my app because I feel like I've done a good job demonstrating this. And let's go ahead and make clean. So you see what the onboarding flow looks like for a new user, right? And then you'll have sort of a good example in your mind. Again, I'm still learning. This is like the first real app that I'm making. So take me as a guide, not as a guru, as to say. But looking at my app, you can see problems with it and what I've done well too. So, oh yeah, and then also let's throw on some music again. Now that we've had some separation, let's go ahead and wipe again. And let's reduce the volume a little bit still. Is this gonna load ever? Bruh. Please. Excuse me. Okay. So this is all expo. Ignore that. A new user, when they open this app, immediately see this, right? It's very clear. You see the name and logo. Weight loss is math, not magic. Most users don't even read the third line. So the second one is what's important. You see this. So you go step on the scale, blah, blah, blah. You go next. How do you weigh in? Pounds or kg? You make a selection. How we works. This is something I need to fix. Like, actually, this is a great example of where you saw an issue, right? On slide 1, there was a very clear hierarchy, so it looks organized because the second and third thing are not equal in hierarchy. This is number 1, this is number 2, this is number 3. And hierarchy here is not just the font size. You can set hierarchy in lots of different ways. Right? To make this less important than this, you can reduce the contrast. You can have it on a fainter text. That's what I've done here. Right? Even just having 2 lines here versus 1 line here versus 1 word here creates sort of a mental hierarchy. You can use font size, you can use colors, you can use shadows. Right? The bigger something is, the bigger a drop shadow you can give it, giving it like a 3 appearance. And the lowest hierarchy should have the smallest drop shadow. So I don't have drop shadows here just to keep it clean. But yeah, you can see. So how do you go here, how it works? This screen immediately looks cluttered and sort of unprofessional. And the only difference is that this text is not lower priority than this. Right? This just feels like there's so many different things and it feels cluttered. Now remember this part, no color counting, no paint plus, no complex macros. As soon as I make this subdued, you'll see how that pops instantly. Where is this? How Weave works. So let's go ahead. Yeah, I was just checking the themes of the other slides to make sure it's consistent. So we've got primary text for the first one. For this, we've still got primary text, but it's just smaller, so it's second hierarchy. And for the third, it's a little bit smaller still, but not enough to make a difference. We can make it even smaller. So let's see. Oh, that's the gap, sorry. Yes, actually it's not even smaller because the text style doesn't specify a font beyond the color still primary text. So here, if instead of primary text, if I use subdued text, suddenly look instantly how much cleaner that looks, how Weave works. These 3 suddenly stand out as like a 3 things rhythm trifecta clearly. No calorie counting, no meal plans, no complex macros. And there's a little extra information. If you fall behind your daily target, eat less. If you're on track, keep it up. That's it. You move next. Right? And suddenly we fixed that issue. So make it yours again. Here, there's just 2 layers of visual hierarchy. There's the title and there's a bunch of options. Right? The options sort of form an invisible island. That's why they don't look cluttered. And then you can let the user basically pick and choose whatever they like. I kind of like Peach. I would say Peach is my favorite. Here again, daily reminder. This is, so here on this page, the hierarchy kind of flips. This 8 a.m. is the number 1 in hierarchy. Daily reminder is number 2 and this is number 3. This is because it's the general rule of thumb that the thing that the user needs to change or act on and actually register is what they should focus on. If someone reads 8 a.m. here, subconsciously they understand instantly from reading daily reminder, even slightly, that, oh, this is like a time and I need to set a time. So they'll tap here, which pops up a clock, etc. I also don't like how this clock pop-up is. I also don't like how this clock pop-up is, but that's just how Android default does it. And with things like this, it's always best to stay with default because the users already have muscle memory of using this. You do too, probably, if you use Android. So it's just going to feel natural, and as soon as they hit cancel, you're back to your unified UI. So it's not too big a deal. And just by having the 3 things in different hierarchies, see how coherent this looks. There's no borders, there's no dividing lines. It's literally just floating text, and it still somehow looks nice. And then this tap to change is like a 4th hierarchy. It's even smaller, and it's right next to the biggest hierarchy. So again, it creates sort of like a visual island where this whole thing acts as the primary hierarchy, and this is a small thing within it, so it doesn't distract from it. Right, just from looking at this without any separating elements, you instantly know what works, what doesn't. Again, same thing here. We're keeping the 3-layer hierarchy here, basically. In fact, I still don't like how this looks. I would say I want to make this second line still a little bit less dark than the first one, so it looks better. I think that's a change that I made accidentally at some point. I was trying to sort of increase readability readability and playing around with that, because you also can't have 3 layers of 2 different transparency, because the third one then is going to be way less readable. And even right now this is too small, so I'm going to work on making this more readable still while keeping the visual cleanliness. Let's see if for an example we can do that real quick. So here the consistency is key. Let's go to this slide. Consistency is key. It's right here. So the first one is colors or primary text. That's completely fine. The second one, let's make it primary text plus 99. This is secret format I learned from GPT that basically makes it slightly transparent. 50 I think makes it even more transparent. But 99 is already not dark enough. I don't super like that. Right, so what can we do instead? Let's see. The colors, go into themes. We are on the peach theme right now. Peach theme, subdued text, and then you have primary text, right? So instead, let's do a setup where we have primary, secondary, and tertiary text, because that's sort of the pattern we're using everywhere anyway, right? So I'm going to call subdued text instead tertiary text. And I do like the frame subdued text better, and we can think of a better label for these. But right now, if I remove that, then that'll break, and then we'll have to mess with it. So for now, I'll just copy it instead of replace it. And let's have a secondary text that's somewhere in between this and this. So where is this right now? There is a better way to do this, but color wheel here. What can I use for this? Maybe pick color. Let's just manually lower it. So hex is RGB, right? If I'm not stupid. So, and this is dark, so we want to make it brighter to lower the contrast. So instead of 3D, let's do 4D, 3. This is the stupidest way to do this, but let's see if it works. Yeah, I think that worked. That did make it slightly lighter. I want to make it something in between these two. So let's make it 5D, 4. That's lighter still. Maybe that'll look nice. So let's see if that actually looks nice. Because what you have in your mind doesn't always work. So I also really hate scrolling here. For some reason, sideways scrolling also doesn't go through on the simulator. Like if I scroll vertically, it sends a signal. But if I scroll sideways on the trackpad, it doesn't actually work at all. Wait. I really need to get a fucking mouse. This is painful. Like my fingers hurt from tapping so much just to try the emulator constantly. So this is a slide we were on, right? Consistency is key. So we're here. Let's see if instead of this we use secondary text. See if that works. Does that work? Colors? Where is colors being passed in? Use theme. Theme context. Colors. Yeah, also this section feels a little bit over-engineered. Honestly, I want to simplify this later. I think your themes can literally just be the themes text file and access it directly instead of having like a theme provider and shit. Like abstraction is not always good. If you don't do abstraction at all, then yeah, abstraction is good when you're first learning it. But most devs, most professional devs even, end up just abstracting way too much that they don't need to. Like having a theme provider here is just completely overkill. And yeah, like I said, I make the same mistakes too. So maybe I'll change this in the future. But right now, let's see where this gets colors from. Because this also breaks your flow. Like for example, if you just press colors, you should be instantly able to hit the themes page, right? So you know that it's getting the right thing. Now where is theme provider invoked? I have no idea. Theme provider is invoked here with initial theme. Initial theme is default theme. Default theme is classic. God damn it. I don't like this. I am sad. Anyway, so set initial theme. Default theme. That's all fine. Okay, whatever. If it is something that's a little bit harder to trace in code, another thing you can do is just simply use the debugger to make sure that it's setting the right color. Or even simpler, we can just go ahead and for the sake of demonstration, just straight away copy this hex and see if we can make it a hex that looks nice. Let's go here. Okay, anyway, home screen. Now consistency is key. Let's go. Consistency is key. So here, instead of secondary text, let's just go ahead and do this. See if that works. Let's have 9. Yeah, okay, so that does work clearly. Making this red definitely made it brighter. And then you can also play with the boldness. So maybe for primary text, slide heading, we can increase the font width, font thickness. Let's see. Font size, font weight. Font weight, 500. How does that look? 900. Yeah, so 900 obviously clearly looks bad. I just wanted to see if it's actually even working. 600. Also, it's so weird how the font looks different. But let's see 700. Oh, I think it's just going to a different font between 6 and 700. Maybe this font only goes up to 600. Goes up to 650, goes up to 690 maybe. Does it go skinny? 200? No. Yeah, maybe this font family doesn't actually support font weights. Oh yeah, the font family is hard-coded to be irregular. So, let's do a Patrick hand. 600 regular. Let's see if that syntax works. And let's see if we can use a heavy font family for headings. Where is font family coming in? Font family, comma heavy font family. And let's go here. Now, let's see. Okay, clearly not working. I think we obviously don't have the thing we just had. Man, it is hard to talk while coding actually, because I'm using so many brain cells just figuring this out. It's hard to keep up good commentary while doing that. Like, I'll just have to get better at both so I can do it more easily. But okay, so the problem is heavy font family. And this is the problem with when they say, you know, when you're doing an interview and they're like, oh, you should talk through the problem. Like, you can't talk and think at the same time. But I guess live streaming is good practice for that, maybe. So, theme colors, we're going here. No, we don't want to trace this. We know where this is. So this goes here. Patrick hand. Let's see if this is being imported somewhere. Yeah, there you go. So use fonts. Let's see if this gives us 600 regular. Okay, let's just pull in the big guns. Let's see, Mr. Opus 4.6, Thy knows more than me. Please fix this problem. Yeah, so Patrick Hand only has a 400 weight variant. But I really like Patrick Hand. So it's a caveat and column. Let's see. Patrick Hand font. This is bold. Why can't I have this? I guess it's just bigger, not bold. Well. Column font. This? That is not English. Oh, that W is going wild. This is not a bad font. Maybe not the best font. And then caveat. Let's see. No, that's way too messy. Collab still looks okay, actually. We could try that. Let's see. And look at how much difference the font makes too. Like, just changing this font instantly kills this entire vibe. Like, the color doesn't work with this font either. Like, literally the color has to match the font. And that was the biggest thing that I did that made this look nice, by the way. Is when I changed all the font typefaces to Patrick Hand is when this looked really nice. Until then, it was like no matter what I did, I just couldn't get the UI to look correct and friendly. Let's see. I don't like this music anymore. What is this music? Why is Doom Eternal playing? Doom, bro. Let's go back to Big Boost City. Yeah, this was my concern. It's too handwritten. See how Weave works. No calorie counting, no meal plans. It's not bad. It does give it a lot of personality, but maybe too much personality. I wonder if I should keep the headings orange too. Maybe that'll help. Like this orange-black subdued looks kind of nice. I don't like this. It is too much. Let's see. No, dude. It just does not have the magic of Patrick Hand. Patrick Hand is just fucking nice. Best free handwritten on Reddit. After. This is a font? I don't believe it. It's insane. Patrick Hand is so nice. How did I find Patrick Hand? Patrick Hand, of course, it's the best. Let's look at the second next. Hanley. No. Dude, how is nothing as good as Patrick Hand? What is going on? I went on a completely different rabbit hole, by the way. This one is different enough that maybe we can pair it? I don't know. This isn't bad. I feel like I've heard of this font. Let me see it. This one's okay, actually. Huh. Yeah, let's try that. Where do I put this TTF though? Oh my god. I need to work more on my stream schedule. Like, if I get bored, I thought this would be more fun, but this was boring after doing this. Maybe I just didn't do it well. Maybe I should have stuck to Excalibur. I kind of transitioned from this into the working on Wave, sort of, basically. That part is supposed to be a more chill part of the stream, where I'm more focused on working than talking. I don't like that. Oh my god. It just kills the whole vibe. Nah, fuck that. Let's stick with Patrick Hand. Maybe add a drop shadow to the heading. Maybe having a drop shadow would give it a little thickness, or the illusion of thickness at least. Because like I said, we have many different ways of changing the hierarchy. And now you see the work that goes into making an app look simple. Like, the more work you've put in, the more complexly you've thought about the app, the simpler it actually ends up looking and the more professional. The less you think, the worse it will look, basically. Oh, wait. This is totally getting there. Wait, the shadow works really nicely. Ooh. Wait. This is not bad. Wait, let's see how it looks on different themes. I don't like lavender theme. Maybe I'll just remove it. Yo, that kind of looks nice. Hmm? Maybe this even already works. The shadow feels like it kinda slightly reduces readability, but maybe just increasing the size will fix that. It definitely makes the page look less clean though. That's why I don't like shadows for this onboarding, honestly. And let's see, it's adding shadows to all three, and I feel like that's gonna just completely make it shit. So let's see. How long have I been streaming, by the way? Because I am of half a mind to sort of end stream around here. I've been streaming for an hour 16. I can't believe how exhausting it is to stream for like 1 hour. Been streaming, by the way. Crazy. It does look really nice though. I think maybe this will improve over time, but right now streaming is definitely more exhausting to me than just talking to a friend. Because, oh my god, what happened here? No, why does that look so bad? Oh, because the first slide is never supposed to have a theme. You only get themes on this slide. So what you just saw was an illegal view. See? Not bad. Let's see. And I think we'll have to play with what we use to execute the hierarchy. That's really the tricky part usually. Dude, I had tap to go next, but I removed that. How we works. Come on. Analyze this. Fix them. Get some water. Yeah, I really am gonna need 30 days of streaming. I don't know what. I need to figure out what it is that makes it more exhausting. It's not like I'm thinking more or doing more or anything like that, because I can work on the app for 4 hours chilling. I can talk to people for like 4 hours, no problem. Why am I getting tired streaming in just an hour? Like my eyes almost hurt. It just could be that I haven't slept well for the last 2 days, and also that's when I've been streaming. So yeah, maybe today I couldn't have worked for more than an hour. So we'll have to, I think my path forward here is to just keep going and stream for the next, keep streaming. And oh my god, that looks horrible. This is why we have Git, so we can revert all of these horrible changes. But You do have to experiment, because like experimenting is how you make it look better. Like this one actually doesn't look horrible. Let's see. And then sometimes you kind of just have to tweak it by hand really to nail it down. I think about that. Maybe that should be temporality. Oh, much better. Let's see how it works. Use heading size to 48. See how that is. 42. 42 is always here. What? What? What the fuck? Where did works go? What? What the fuck? You can see how we works at 36. You can see how we works at 48. But at 42, it's how we've. How we've. What the hell? That's gotta be like let's dive into it. What the fuck happened? What the fuck is happening? How we've. It's a single thing. Why? What the hell? Wait, what? Look at this. If the W is small, it doesn't show it. But if I capitalize it, it shows. Bro, what the fuck is going on in React Native? Am I doing something crazy here? Theo, can you take a look at this? What the fuck? Well, I think I've had enough. I need to go take a fucking break after that. I'll see you all next stream, I guess. Give you a nicer view of my face. And I'll see you all next stream. Bye.